Hi, Understanding Linda Reynolds, a complex figure, story behind a controversial figure. In the world of politics, few figures stir as much controversy as Linda Reynolds. Her actions and decisions have evoked strong emotions and prompted intense discussions, particularly regarding her treatment of the case involving Brittany Higgins. While it's crucial to approach this subject with empathy, it's equally important to confront the harsh realities. What follows is a detailed exploration of significant points related to Reynolds, avoiding defamation but highlighting key facts that prompt us to think critically about her role in these events. 1. Legal pursuits against a survivor. Reynolds took legal action against Brittany Higgins, a woman who bravely came forward as a rape survivor, asserting that the incident occurred within her office. Recently, Justice Paul Tottle of the Western Australian Supreme Court characterized Higgins as the victim of one of the most serious crimes known to the law. This ruling showcases the gravity of the allegations and paints a troubling picture of Reynolds' choices in this context. 2. Concerns about mental fitness. The court also deemed Higgins unfit by reason of a mental condition to attend or give evidence. This determination raises significant ethical questions about the implications for victims who come forward and the pressures they face from institutional figures. 3. Defensiveness and evasiveness. During the proceedings, Reynolds presented evidence that led some to perceive her as overly defensive and at times evasive. This impression complicates her portrayal as an advocate for gender equity, which she publicly promotes. 4. Political engagement. Notably, Reynolds joined the Liberal Party's Women's Working Group only a year after entering the political arena. This step reflects an intention to influence gender-related policy, yet her actions surrounding the Higgins case might cast a shadow on her commitment to this cause. 5. Incident reporting decisions. On March 29, 2019, Reynolds directed her chief of staff to report an incident to law enforcement in a low-key manner. However, her chief of staff resisted this approach, asserting it was morally and ethically wrong to proceed without Higgins's consent. Ultimately, Reynolds persisted, needing reassurance that involving the police was inappropriate, as neither party was aware a rape had occurred. 6. Limited memory and aftermath of the assault. Reynolds has acknowledged a very limited recollection of her involvement in the events surrounding Higgins's case, which raises questions about accountability and the responsibilities of leaders in such serious matters. 7. Response to allegations. Despite reports that Reynolds was not actively hostile toward Higgins after learning about the assault, she did not cover up the crime, nor harass Higgins. Yet, she did infamously refer to Higgins as a lying cow during a public interview, expressing her anger without clarifying her feelings towards the assault itself. This comment, discovered during cross-examination, remains troubling. 8. Complex emotions in the media spotlight. Reynolds has spoken candidly about the stress she experienced as media scrutiny suggested her ministerial role could be in jeopardy. The emotional burden of these circumstances is palpable. However, it does not mitigate the impact of her actions. 9. Forced apologies. A legal deed compelled Reynolds to apologize to Higgins for her derogatory remark, a process she described as painful due to her residual anger towards Higgins. 10. Conflict with the legal representation of the rapist. Throughout the trial, Reynolds communicated with the attorney representing Higgins's rapist, sending disparaging comments about the clothing Higgins wore to court. Such actions raise eyebrows and stir further debate about personal bias in a judicial process meant to uphold justice. 11. Confidentiality breaches. In a moment of anger, she also shared confidential documents regarding Higgins with a journalist from News Corp, showcasing unprofessional behavior that jeopardized the integrity of the case. 12. Settlement reporting. Reynolds referred a financial settlement paid to Higgins to the National Anti-Corruption Commission, indicating a desire for transparency, though motives can be scrutinized. 13. Defamation victory. Recently, Reynolds won a defamation case against Higgins, who now faces a hefty financial penalty of $315,000 in damages, alongside $26,000 in accrued interest, pushing her toward potential bankruptcy. Reynolds stated outside the court, "This has been an incredibly emotionally and financially taxing journey, but I never gave up on the truth and on seeking justice." But here's where it gets controversial. Are her actions truly justifiable in the name of justice, or do they reflect deeper issues within the system? A call for reflection. As we dissect these events, it's imperative to reflect on the ramifications of Reynolds' actions, not just for Higgins, but for the broader societal views on gender, power, and accountability. What do you think? Should political leaders face heightened scrutiny regarding their behavior towards victims of crimes? Are Reynolds' actions indicative of a troubling pattern in how institutions handle allegations of sexual violence? Share your thoughts in the comments.